Little things that you do for each other in a relationship matters because it lets your partner know that you are thinking of them and that you care about them. I'm Sylvia.
And I'm Allan.
It's time to hang out with us while we enjoy love, life, and happiness after 22 years of marriage. Our goal is to ignite that thing that says relationship don't have to die just because they are old. In today's video, we are going to discuss things that we do for each other that lets us know that we care about each other and we are thinking
About each other. But I've written mine down because there's so many of them. We decided to only do 6, so I had to write my 6 down so I remember out of all the things my darling wife does, I remember the ones I want to talk about.
Okay, I have mine as well written just in case I forget, but I'll start.
Okay.
Mine is when you go to do like food shopping and you see my favorite wine, Moscato or Riscato, you always get me a bottle, even if I haven't asked you. And another thing, you always make sure that there's a bottle of wine chilled in the fridge. The third thing, still talking about wine, if I ask you for a glass of wine, it doesn't matter what you are doing, you'll get up straight away and you'll get it for me. However, when I ask you to make me a cup of tea or get me a glass of water or coffee, you always come up with excuses. Oh, I'm busy, can you wait a little bit? Or the other day you said, oh, you know, I'm not good at making you coffee, I always make it too strong, you don't like too strong. So my question to you is, why is it when it's wine, you don't mind, but when it's coffee or tea, you come up with an excuse?
Because when I give you a couple of glasses of wine, I always get more cuddles, my dear.
Okay, so now
Doesn't
I know.
work with coffee.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I've just wondered, like, why? Okay, now I know.
Okay, my one is if I'm working in the yard, which I do most weekends. Hopefully now the weather's getting cold, I won't have to work out there so much because the grass won't grow. But you always bring me a bottle of beer, a nice cold bottle of beer.
Yes, to keep you, cool.
Keep me cool.
In the hot weather. All right, my second one. You always get me my favorite spices. Like when I'm cooking, the ones that I like to use. I don't have to ask you, or if you just see that I'm running low, you just go and get it. And I like that about you. It just makes me realize that you're actually thinking of me.
That's because when I pass spices and I see the ones that you like and I know you've forgotten to get it because it's when I moved it last, it was nearly empty. I think, let's get that. Because you're going to run out by the time you go to use it again.
Right.
So my second one is when I had a serious accident and I was in hospital for a few weeks. For the first week, you took a whole week off work just to look after me, and you actually slept in the room, not in the same bed, obviously. I couldn't do anything, but I couldn't hardly move. But you slept in the spare bed. They have like a couch.
Yeah, like a sofa bed. They call them sofa beds.
And you looked after me. I remember I was in so much pain. We found out if you lifted the bed up, so my head was nearly on the floor, my legs right up in the air, I could get to sleep and the pain wasn't so bad with my broken back and that. And I remember the nurse came in and said, "Oh my God, what's happened?" And I said, "No, my wife did this because it stops the pain in my legs and all this." It just a different position. It was just relaxing,
Right.
And it wasn't that serious a broken back, so it was up there on the lower via the rib cage or the back of the rib cage. So it wasn't.
So were you expecting me not to stay with you in the hospital?
I didn't even think of it because I was out of it.
Okay, my next one will be, I like it when you call me lunchtime. Every day lunchtime, you call me. Even though sometimes, you forget, but most of the time, I know you're going to call me. I like that about you.
Well, I'm going to skip the next question and go to answer that question as well about the phoning. That was another one of mine. That's actually my fourth one. So I'm skipping one at the moment. And that is that if I forget to ring you because I'm busy on the computer or doing something, you always ring me.
Oh, yeah, I do.
To find out why I haven't rung you.
Yes, exactly.
Even though your times have changed, it used to be 12 o'clock and now it's 1 o'clock.
Right.
But yeah. That's so that's my second one. That's my fourth one actually. So you can go to your fourth one now, and then I'll go back to my third one.
And I like it also when you get me. You know, like I'm very conscious about what I eat. Like when it comes to meat, it has to be grass fed.
Oh yeah.
And
So when I'm smoking and barbecuing, you mean I always?
Yeah, you always make sure. And he always tell me, look, I got you. It's grass fed. It's grass fed. Because he knows if it's not, I'm not touching
and the same
it.
with the salmon, I forget what it's called now, but I always take a photo of it when I'm going to smoke some salmon and say, is this the salmon you like? You know, because I can't never remember what it is.
Is it called?
Doesn't give me an R, does it?
I can't remember, but
but when you see it, when I send you the photo, you say that's the salmon.
Yeah. Then
oh yes, sorry. And now my third question, which is now my fourth question, is you.
Your fourth point, not question.
Yeah, question. Sorry, my
point.
Point. Yeah, my point.
Point.
That's because I was
Say
pointing
point
out,
again.
yeah, point.
We got it. Okay.
Was I remember I said to you I was thinking about getting a different type of hat. I fancied a different type of hat, and I said, you know, the guy on the television, he wears one like that I want to get, and you went out and bought me. And come on, he said, oh yeah, I've got you the hat.
Yeah, I saw it. I said, oh, that's the hat he was talking about. Let me get it for him.
So that was
okay. You always give me a kiss. Like when you're leaving the house, always give me a kiss. When you come home or when you're leaving the house, without fail. And I like that about you.
Yes, and that I've got eat here as well, because whenever I cook anything on the barbecue, I always make sure that it's grass fed. I always think of that. So that's that one we've already done, but that's on my list as well.
Okie dokie. And I get a lot of hugs from you. It just makes me feel loved.
Especially after a few glasses of wine.
So
would you love the wine? I didn't know, because you're on pills at the moment.
Nah. So yeah, he gives me a lot of hugs and kisses. So it just reminds me that he cares about me and he loves me.
And my last one is because we've got the same mindset. I like my wife to arrange the holidays, and I don't have to worry because I know we've got the same mindset. We like the same things, so I know when she books the holiday, no matter where it is or wherever we go, it's going to be fun.
We're going to have some fun.
The only thing we do discuss is how far away it is, if it's a road trip, how many stops you want to do. But otherwise, the hotel, or if it's a resort, you know, oh, let's go to Cancun. Oh yeah, then I don't worry about it.
I know because I know what you like.
Yeah.
So I always take that into consideration when I'm planning our holiday.
Yeah.
So I can surprise you. Like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Like we have an itinerary of things to do while wherever we are. I spend hours and hours. You know me.
So,
when I'm planning.
Researching. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Sure
I spend hours and hours. Make sure that I also include things that he likes to do.
That's one thing. When you go on holiday, you don't want to end up spending half your day trying to find out what to do.
Yeah.
You know, you want to have already planned them until it's part of the holiday, because you don't want to get to the resort and then you're sitting with this woman discussing what you want to do for the next hour, 2 hours or more. No. Oh, we want to do this. Would you like to do this? Or what about this? We don't want all that. We want to go there. We've got the tickets. We just set the taxis up, and everything's set up, so we just out of our room, into the taxi, do what we're doing, then come back. Right. So it is a holidays. I mean, we don't want it like when you go and visit relatives. That's never a holiday. It's hard work.
My last thing is, I like it when you go out of your way. For me, I'll give you a good example. We like ice cream bar, the Snickers.
Yeah.
We love those. So sometimes there's only one left. And Allan goes to the fridge to get it, and I see him,
and I forget to sneak in the kitchen and eat it.
and I say, oh, can I have one as well? Then he says, well, this is the last one, but you can have it. Yeah. You always say that. And I'll be like, are you sure? And then you say, yeah, it's okay, you can have it. And I'm like, oh, thank you, darling. So it's, it just shows to me that you go out of your way to make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it. That's all we have for you today. Can you put in the comments, please? Let us know if there's other things. If you're a couple, what are the little things that your partner does for you that makes you realize how much they care about you, or
and how much they love you.
How much they love you, or shows that they are thinking of you. So stay tuned, because we'll be coming back with more videos. Bye.
We'll be back.